Hey guys, it's Melody.
Hi, this is Naomi.
And we're here today to talk to you guys about a little bit about our thoughts and review on Warcry.
First off, what is the most notable thing that you can think of about Warcry?
The first thing that I think of is actually probably the easy to play nature of the game. I mean, I tend to get a little intimidated when it comes to new rule sets and, when it comes to all of the games with, playing everything, Magic and D&D and, different variants of Warhammer and everything. So I find it was very, very quick and easy to pick up on. The rules were very straightforward. Even the new rules that they added in, I found, for the jumping and climbing, it was very easy to pick up on those, and it's added a lot of, fun, different, exciting elements to the game.
I like the fact that you can, I could climb down the stairs, or I could just run for it and fall, pick myself back up and run for it
and just keep on going.
That really seems like what you would do in a battle, so it feels a lot more fighty and murderous. And
yeah, I heard another friend call it murdery. Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? I don't know why, but it reminds me of that scene in Princess Bride where they're on top of the cliff.
Yes!
And they're fighting that sword duel, and I find that excitement there too. You never know who or when. Someone's gonna, you don't know when and you don't know who it is gonna be that falls off the cliff. I really like that part. And the cards, I just love the fact that everything that you need for each model is on one little card on one side. That's it. You got it. Just right there, right in front of you. Easy to use. The tokens go nice and easy on it.
I feel like it definitely adds to the easy to play nature of the game. Like you said, having everything just in the one card right there to just look, bam, there's his range, there's his toughness, he rolls this many dice per attack. It was very, very straightforward to just pick up and go, and there's with all the different cards that you could pull, there's so many different scenarios. There was that one game that we played that was
oh, right. So there was one game. So there's so much variety. You can have one terrain set up with one deployment and a victory condition and a twist, and it could go completely different from the same terrain setup with a different deployment, with a different victory point, with a different twist, and it completely changed the game around. For example, there was this one game that we had a couple days ago, I guess now, where so the way that the terrain was set up and the deployment, and particularly the victory condition.
The victory condition.
Made it such that we placed our guys and we're Untamed Beasts! Untamed Beasts win. Turn 1. End of turn 1, they got all the objectives. It was an objective-based one. Untamed Beasts, they got all the objectives. Good game! So we didn't put that one on film because it's
50 seconds, maybe.
Would you like to see a 50-second film of us putting our models down and then realizing that the game is over?
Let us know.
That was pretty cool, actually. So we got to have more than one game that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely made for multiple games in a short period of time, for sure.
But it just goes to show, we had used that particular terrain setup previously.
Yeah. For
a completely different deployment and a completely different victory, and the Iron Golems one. But for this one, it'd be, well, there it is.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah.
There are so many different varieties that you can play out of the starter box, which is really nice. So anyone who is worried about whether you can, whether you need to branch off into other pieces or get more models or get more components to play Warcry, you don't. Absolutely. You can play right out of that starter box again and again and again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
And it will be different every time.
So many combinations. Oh my gosh.
But if you a year down the road perhaps, you get tired of it, well by then there's going to be so many other factions to completely change it up.
I'm so excited to see what they
Oh,
put
and different
out.
terrain pieces too. So, oh right, and you can even add your own terrains. So this is, I find this to be a really well built game that senior players can enjoy and fairly new players to the game entirely. Let's see, what else are other important things that we think that would be like?
The kit has awesome value as per normal GW products, but I mean, I feel like this time, every time I feel like they're one-upping themselves, and this time they've done it again. I feel like from what you get inside of the kit for the price that you pay, you get double everything from the books, the different dice sets. Given the terrain that they put into, and the new designs that they've given us, and the 2 new war bands, and I mean the cards we mentioned, we definitely appreciate those, and the tokens have made it a lot easier to follow along, and
yeah, they've just got everything in there, all in one tidy package. And you can play multiple games all in the one day, and I like that. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I like my Age of Sigmar. That was like, you bring friends over and you have a meal, and then you play Age of Sigmar, and then it's time for another meal, and you play Age of Sigmar, and it's time for another meal. But in this one, it's unique from that in that you can play game after game after game.
yeah.
And they're so different that it doesn't feel like you're playing the same game after game after game. It's cool that way.
Another thing that I really enjoy too is the style of poses that they went for with the different units. I mean, like I always really enjoy, unique characters and dynamic poses and stuff. And I know they had the option, probably when they were putting it together, that they could have maybe gone with some of the more generic poses for some kit bashing stuff. But I feel like it wouldn't have read as well for the fluff, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at the Beast Speaker and the design of the whip. Again, War Muffin, say more. He's obviously my favorite. But I mean, and the the smaller guy for the Iron Golems, I mean, I feel he has such a story behind him. Like I feel like
that is something I really like about it, is like you're building stories behind each of your pieces, and then if you do move on to Age of Sigmar, well, you'll bring that little story with you.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my gosh, can you imagine in like Beast Claw Raiders, for example, the Untamed Beast, then having War Muffin in the background, and
right?
the stories he's fought before. And
I really like how they did that. Yeah.
Oh, the quality of the models. That is something that, I mean, GW is always great for, but this time they definitely did not leave us waiting. But I definitely enjoyed the design for both of the factions and for the terrain. I thought it was really exciting to see. I always get excited about the new box kits and new things that they put out, so they definitely did not fail to impress.
Yeah, and they were a lot of fun to paint. Oh, and we haven't shown much of the chaotic beasts yet, but they are also pretty awesome. And
Intense.
the detail, little extra things like that random tail ring that the Raptorixes have on them. Raptorixes, yeah, and
the different eye sets.
Right. Oh yeah, one of the Raptorixes has 3 eyes, while the other one, 3 sets of eyes, while the other one has 2 eyes. Just a tiny, I think there was a lot of love put into the building of these guys, and that was really nice to see. I mean, I really like them.
I feel like it definitely comes through, for sure.
It was so much fun to paint and decide, what exactly you're doing where, and also really straightforward to paint. That is absolutely thanks to the contrast paints. Thank you, contrast paints! But yeah, I just really like the look of these models.
I feel like they did a really good job with the terrain too, as far as meeting the flavor of the game. It's very Warcry.
Oh yeah, all that dangerous terrain.
Yes, so many spikes. Oh my gosh, I would imagine even like putting it together, you're like,
We haven't come across it yet, but apparently you can fall, and if you fall within 1 inch of a deadly piece of terrain, you take an additional impact damage. So
right.
that has an extra bit of it.
Yeah, that is gonna be a whole other thing.
I'm excited to use, I do love this terrain, and I've actually been using it in Age of Sigmar games because it just fits right in everywhere.
Yeah, I bet that has been really, really cool. Yeah, I can't wait until we have our next game and we use the little pieces and kind of have them set up around.
Just here or there. If you want to try to get a friend into Warhammer, I think Warcry is a really great starting point.
Yeah.
Just like Kill Team was for 40k, I would suggest Warcry. I mean, you're going to get the models, they'll learn how to paint them, they'll have you to help you out, and they'll have all the dice they need right after that, and yeah, and it really, you know, on a small scale, it helps them get an idea of what Age of Sigmar would be like. So I think that Warcry does that really well. I think that covers everything about Warcry that you need to know, really. If there was any questions you had on it, anything that you thought we didn't comment on and you were curious about, by all means, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed our review and are basically just talking about how we just adore this game, and we are actually about to go play some more. So that will probably be up later on. And thanks for watching. Did you want to add anything to that?
Oh, I guess if you guys, yeah, like you mentioned, if you guys enjoy videos like this too, remember to leave a comment so we know. Maybe we'll do some in the future, you know, if you guys want more kind of Q&As, that kind of thing. And of course, you know, your usual like and subscribe and, you know, hit the bell for our continuous updates and all that kind of stuff. And we hope to hear from you guys soon.
Bye!
See ya!